Hello, everyone, and welcome to Eternal X Wolfpack Paranormal. I am your host, Sean Ellis. And happy Easter, everybody. I hope you had a great day. It seemed like it was really nice out today. I actually got to go out with my family a little bit and had dinner and stuff and got ready for the show here as soon as I got home. But we have a great guest tonight, and we will be talking with her, Miss Jessiy Hawthorne. Also, we'll have an announcement, and a few of my friends from All Access will be joining toward the end of the show. So stay tuned toward the end. Don't jump off yet. But I'm going to play this little intro here right before Ms. Jessiy comes on, and then we will bring Jessiy on, and we will have a talk with Jessiy and about everything about her. So here we go.
My name is Jessiy Hawthorne. When I was 21 years old, I died. Officially, I was declared dead for several minutes. While performing life-saving surgery, I bled out on the operating table 3 times due to a punctured lung. The first 2 times, they brought me back with the paddles, but the third time, they called my time of death, 11:49 a.m. But then when I awoke, I saw the smiling face of my deceased father, and I knew that everything had changed. This is my story. This is my near-death experience.
Jessiy Hawthorne, folks.
Thanks for playing that. If anyone's curious, that was made by Larry Eisler. Him and I collabed and did that for a show, but since him and I collabed and I technically paid him, he's like, you can use it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I had somebody make the new intro song for the show, and my brother actually went to school with him back in the day, so it turned out pretty cool.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I never did a video before, so that was definitely an experience.
He did a hell of a job. It was pretty cool.
Thanks. Like we were literally messaging back and forth. He's like, okay, you need your vocal tone. You need to do it up and do it down. And he send me examples. I'm like, this is harder than I thought.
Yeah, like I said, it's always fun when you do stuff live, though, because when you mess up, and you just got to make a joke about it if you mess up.
Right.
You know? So, Jessiy, since we played that video, you want to talk about a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, well, first, I guess you could say November 2023 is when I came out of the paranormal closet. I wasn't public about my experiences or anything like that. Oh, I heard that. That was funny. And JD Hill actually had me on his show first in November of 2023. And that was my first time coming out. And I'm like, oh my God. And then the universe just lined so much up for me. So I'm like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. So I'm going to start talking about my life and start talking about this stuff. So when I was 11, I had scoliosis, and my doctors, they said that I would have to have 1 rod put in, and then after I graduated high school, I'd have to have more because obviously I'm going to grow from 11 to 18, So they put 1 rod in when I was 11, and then after I graduated high school, they put 2 more. And in 2008, it was literally right around St. Patrick's Day. I was only 21, out with my friends doing karaoke, having a good time. And a week before that, I was coughing up little bits of blood. To me, I'm like, oh, whatever, I'm fine. And I was staying over at my friend's house, and she's like, no, you're going to the hospital. You just filled my toilet with blood. You're not okay. So she drove me to this little hospital where I'm from, and they obviously couldn't do anything. They thought we were lying at first, and they were like, oh, you got a little blood in your mucus. And she's like, no, she's coughing up blood. This is not funny. Yeah. And I had another coughing fit and filled the sink. And the look on the nurses' faces, I'm never going to forget that. They saw that, and it was just pale, like, oh crap. And then before I knew it, like all these people were around me. I'm getting needles shoved in me, pills shoved down my throat. I had no idea what was going on. And I remember my friend calling my mom, and my mom was on her way up there. And then that's like the last thing, or no, the last thing I remember actually is being catheterized while I was sober. That sucked. They're like, oh, well, you've got Valium in you. You can't, walk to the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, I can. They're like, no, legally you can. I'm like, well, I'm not using a bedpan. So what's the other option? That's
Wow.
that's the last thing that I remember. And then before I know it, like I opened my eyes and my best friend's face was there at the time, and my godmother and my mom. So everything else is what like, I guess you could say feelings or things that I vaguely remember, and then what my mom has told me. So they airlifted me to Rush Hospital in Chicago, and they had to put me in a medically induced coma because I was, coughing up blood, and they didn't know why. So I was suffocating on my own blood. So they put me in a medically induced coma, and they had to put one tube in to drain the blood out of my lung, and another one to breathe for me. So I had 2 tubes in my side, and then, in the nose and the mouth and all that crap. So that's what my mom told me. And she said that what they found was the surgery when I was 11, one of the screws eroded and it punctured my lung. And the only thing that the doctors could do was cut out that section of my lung. So I only have I have my left lung and 2/3 of my right lung. So they had to cut out 1/3 of my right lung. And while they were doing all of that and then wrapping my back with mesh, I bled out on the table, I guess. And they called my time of death the 3rd time because the doctor said that he brought me back with the paddles twice. And they actually called the time of death. And then I woke, I came back. I don't remember waking up, but they said, I started having was it a sinus rhythm or something? Heartbeat came back, and they're like, oh, okay. And they kept working on me.
Wow.
Yeah. So one thing I remember is, so my dad passed when I was 10. I saw his body and everything when I was young. I guess you could say with all the research and all of these memories that are coming back because of all the trauma I've been through, I'm figuring out that I think I actually astraled into the room and I wasn't there physically, because I remember hearing my mom scream and I was like poof in the room. I saw everything, and then I was poof back in the waiting area. And my mom always said, she's like, I don't remember you being in there. And then I described what I saw, and she's like, that's accurate, but I don't remember you being in there. How did you see that? And then I learned about astral stuff, astral traveling and all that. And everybody that I've talked to, they think it's the same thing. Like I heard my mom scream, and then like my body just couldn't go fast enough, so my consciousness just went in there. So he passed when I was 10, and during I guess you'd say me dying, I swear he was right to my left. It was all black, but I know he was right next to me. Like I could feel him there. And I was like waiting for him to like pick me up or say something. And then before I knew it, I opened my eyes, and then that's when I saw my friend's face. And then I saw my mom and my godmother like towards the other side of the bed. And I woke up, so I couldn't wake up. They couldn't get me to wake up. So they were waiting for me to wake up, and I woke up on Easter that year. So that's why like this is kind of funny we're doing this on Easter, because I was dying on Easter. And
Hello, Jamie Lynn.
hey Jamie, nice to see you, hon. And my mom said that there was like a younger nun in there, and the first words out of my mouth were, what the fuck?
Mm.
And she's like, I felt so bad, but I'm like, oh, that's my daughter. And then everybody's like rushing around me. So yeah, I woke up from dying on Easter. So
Wow.
yeah, I found it. That's like when I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be on a podcast on Easter. I should talk about that.
It's kind of interesting. You come back to life on Easter. I actually got baptized twice on Easter.
Oh.
Strange, but interesting because
Mhm.
you get baptized. That's kind of like redoing things and starting over, I guess. And
Mhm.
you had a near death experience on Easter.
Yeah.
Did you have any premonitions or experiences like that, or insight, or anything like that when you were younger before all this happened?
Well, I've had abilities since I was 5. So I grew up on an Indian burial ground. Didn't know that until I was like the later years of high school researching, because one of my first memories was I was probably about 5 years old, and we had 2 yards, and we were on about 2 acres of woods. I was in the one yard, and there's like a creek, and then there's like woods next to the creek, and I heard like rustling around, and I was like looking, and I saw like the top half of an extraterrestrial gray, like the eyes and the head. It moved left and it moved right, and I don't know what happened. I remember being terrified, but I don't know what happened. That's one of my first memories of anything quote weird. Um and then there were these 8 to 10 foot tall black shadow things with red eyes that would stare in the windows, because we had an older house, and it had cottage windows, which are like higher up. So
Right.
even on like my tiptoes, I couldn't see when I was 18 years old. I couldn't see out the windows on my tiptoes. That's how high they were. But these things were like looking in the windows and stuff. Um, slept in my mom's bed until I was about 13 years old. Um, when I was a kid, and after my mom adopted my younger brother, because we're both adopted, she said that this is something I found out recently. She said that she would find me in his crib a lot, like sleeping in his crib with him, and she never
Mhm.
understood why. And I'm like, oh, it's probably because I was sensing whatever was around tormenting me when I was younger. And then after my dad passed, uh I think that trauma like threw me into maturity or something, because I don't remember seeing much. I remember I would feel things every now and then. My mom said that I would never go outside after dark by myself ever. She could never get me to go outside after dark. From like the entire time we lived there until I got like older. So from 10 to about 14.
Hello,
Uh,
Laura.
hi.
Raw side paranormal.
Oh, cool. So yeah, from 10 to 14, I don't really have much that I really remember when it comes to like paranormal stuff. And then I hit puberty, and then it all started to come back. I found out that my dad actually passed technically in the driveway. My mom told me, and
Wow.
not at the hospital. So me being me, I got a pendulum board, and I went in the driveway, and I thought I was talking to my dad, but I was not. And I remember feeling like I was surrounded by something. And then I saw one of those tall black shadows like in the back of the yard, like looking at me. And I was like, okay, I'm done with this. And then that's when I think I got an attachment. And again, the past 2 years, I'm putting all of these things together. I'm writing a
Hmm.
book actually about all this. And it makes so much sense, because I've always done like going to cemeteries and stuff and investigating. I've always done that,
Right.
but putting the pieces together is something I never really did. Um, and then another, so
Has
since, go
has
ahead.
any of those shadow figures ever revealed themselves besides being shadows?
No, so in the end of 2012, so 2013, the house got foreclosed on, and that's when the attachment left me. And I've been back to the property technically twice. 2015, I drove my now fiance past the property to show him, and I saw one of those like in the field by the yard, because the person that bought the property tore down a lot of woods and a lot of
Hmm.
like this old oak and a bunch of stuff, and it's been over a decade, and that place is still in under construction.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, there's an interesting story to that too. So And then I went there during the day with my mom once, and I never really found out what they were. Um, I had a feeling that they were, I guess you could say, like watchers, or they were attached to the property because it was a burial ground. Because I haven't seen them. I like, even though I had an attachment, they didn't follow me. They were only on the property and around the property, because it was the property and then this golf course that was across the street. That was the burial ground. And there was this one instance. I think I was 17 or 18. I can't remember.
Mhm.
No, 19. Um, my my boyfriend at the time and me were driving back from my stepdad's house, which was down the road, and we saw one of them cross the road, or he saw it. I didn't see it cross the road. He saw it. So we're driving, and he like slows down. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He like starts slowing down, and we're passing the driveway. I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, aren't we going home?" And he was like, "I think I saw something." And we start creeping up, and we both look out my window, and we saw one of those shadow beams, and it was like hunched over, and it turned its head, and it looked at us, and we could see its like glowing eyes. And he slammed on the gas, and we drove around for like 2 hours because we didn't want to go back. He was the first person to fully experience stuff with me. I had friends come over, and we'd be in the driveway smoking cigarettes and drinking like dumbasses, and we would get rocks thrown at us from the woods. And I had friends that were in the military or the army, like who's out there? I'm gonna kick your
Right.
ass. And
Right.
they were very physical, so they would go in the woods, and they're like, I can't explain this. Like, there's nobody back here. There's not even rocks back here. How are rocks being thrown at us?
Right.
Because they would hit the driveway or like the LP tank. And then I had a couple people that were 100% skeptics that were like, this is too weird. I don't know what this is, but I can't explain it. Like, so they kind of converted, I guess, from a skeptic to kind of believer going to that place.
Right. And I think this is the story that you were talking about on Len's show when I was producing it for Len that night when we were talking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you actually found out who the owner was, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
And have you actually gone back to explore this?
No, I'm gonna contact him probably sometime soon to see once the weather's nicer about going there. I would like to investigate, actually, because now that I understand all this better, I have a better understanding of it. And obviously I would bring like close friends with me. Like there's 2 members of Spire that I'm a part of Spire Paranormal that I would bring. And then
Right.
Larry, I would probably bring him as well and do like an actual investigation. But I want to make sure I'm over my fear of that place, because I think about it and it freaks me out still, like, because of how long I got, I guess you could say, traumatized there. It did lead me to where I am now, so I don't regret that. But like the stuff that I dealt with there, like just thinking about going on the property, like my stomach gets in knots, and I need to make sure I'm not afraid before going there, so it does not have power over me.
Right. I mean, to face your fear would be better than being scared of it for the fact of you don't want it to keep having a residue of energy over you from your past.
Yeah.
That's definitely wow. So when you were younger, you never really had anybody to turn to then when all this started, did you?
No. So our town was very tiny. My graduating class was 24 people. And it was, a small town. I got picked on because I had dark hair and darker skin. Everybody was like blonde and everything. I had glasses and braces, so I got picked on. I even got picked on because I didn't have a dad anymore. So that's the type of town that I lived in.
That sucks. Well, at least you had kind of a permanent tan all year around, right?
Right.
That would be a benefit. I mean, I graduated from a small town as well. I mean, we only had 32 when I graduated.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So, I mean, I know what small towns are like. And
Hmm.
then when you start talking about things like this, it's like, this person's flipped off the rocker or
Yep.
something, you know, and you can't believe anything. But some of the people I know, like my fifth grade teacher and my third grade teacher, actually watched the show. They're still alive, and they
That's
actually watched
cool.
the show. So yeah, it's neat. But yeah, I mean, did any of your friends know that you were able to do stuff like you're doing now, or when you realized everything was coming to a front?
Not until more recently, like 2013, I kind of got into a little bit of like investigating more so, and then but when it came to like um the empath ability and the Reiki healing and all that stuff, that's more new, even though like I was kind of able to do that for people that I was close to. Like if I was dating somebody and they had a headache, they'd put their head in my lap, and for some reason I was able to make the headache go away.
Yeah, because
Um
you're a Reiki healer. You
yeah.
have that energy, yes.
So I've always had the ability. I just didn't know there was a name for it. And then my first fiance, Bobby, we got engaged when I was like 18, 19, and we were together for a couple years. He was the first person to experience the property with me. Like we both
Mhm.
heard voices all the time right next to us when nobody's there. The TV in the attic would turn on and off when there was no power up there. He saw the shadow beings as well. The rocks getting thrown at both of us. Um Stuff would move, you know, like all that type of stuff he experienced as well at the property. So obviously, you know, like since he experienced it, we talked about it all the time. Hi,
Right.
Greg. Nice to see you.
Hello, Greg Koss. How are you doing today? That's
Um,
interesting. You said you
yeah.
had Reiki now. How long have you been doing Reiki?
2026 for about 5 years. I got my master's 3 years ago, but I started in 2021 or so. And then I do sound healing and stuff as well. So I incorporate both of those, like at Paranormal Expos. That's what I get booked for, is doing
Right.
Reiki and sound healing and stuff.
Right. I mean, I actually had a Reiki master teach me stuff when I was on the first paranormal team I was ever joined on.
Hmm.
And I found it very interesting how much I actually use Reiki energy in investigations and
Hmm.
understanding what's going on. Are you able to do the same thing? Feel that energy around you,
Oh yeah.
be
Uh-huh.
able to understand what it is?
Yep. So like when I'm doing an investigation, like I've got quite a few coming up. I've been honing my abilities, and I had a one-on-one with Chris Fleming a couple months ago. And I mean, he kind of validated stuff I already figured out, like psychic empath, if you want to label it that. But I've always just known stuff my whole life. I didn't know there were other people that did that. I just thought I was weird or
I'm
unique or whatever. I would always just know
I'm definitely capable of doing things like that
stuff.
myself. Um, my Reiki master actually bestowed the Menaki rites on me, and when I was going through the Menaki rites, the 9 rites of the Menaki, I was starting to have a
Hmm.
dream state. Did you ever start going through a dream state where you would see symbols you didn't know about and try to figure out what they meant?
No, I haven't seen any weird symbols throughout like doing all of this stuff. I have had very strong like deja vu, or like I know this has happened before, or I know I've dreamt about this. Like I've had prophetic dreams, or I'll have like a dream that something bad's gonna happen, like to somebody that I know, or one of my cats is gonna get sick, so I'll have a dream about them being sick, and then it'll happen,
Mhm.
stuff like that. Hmm.
Precognition. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, when I was going through those rites, about the second level of those rites, I started having dreams, and my guides would start coming to me, and they would present me with symbols, and they said these are the symbols you're able to do, and I had wrote them down, and me and my Reiki master at the time went through to try to figure out what they were, and we figured out what most of them was, and I haven't
Oh,
even scratched the surface of things that, how do I say, we are possibly capable of doing.
oh yeah, I know. We are capable of a lot. That's like why I try to not. negative talk whatsoever. Like my fiance is the opposite. Like he'll be like, "Oh, I'm so exhausted," like, and just be negative about stuff. I'm like, "Stop it. No, like right now I'm looking for work." And so I'm like, tomorrow I'm getting an offer letter. Tomorrow I'm getting an offer letter. I just keep like thinking stuff like that. Or everything's going to be fine. Everything's working out for me. Like I'm abundant and all that, instead of being like, oh, I have no money to pay my bills. I have so much credit card debt. Like instead of being negative, because we can
Right.
alter our reality. And that's one thing that I think scientists are finally starting to realize. And they're like talking about stuff like that now.
Words of a manifestation and what you put out in energy. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. So I've experienced people like that and tried to help a few of them that has had really bad situations, but they can't get it through their head if they don't change their perspective
Yep.
and how they start looking at things and quit manifesting all that bad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then they can't make that change.
Yeah, exactly. Like it starts with you, and you got to change your, even what you put in your body. You can't eat garbage and drink alcohol every day and like, treat your body like crap. You need to have put good stuff in your body, because then that also helps with your like like the field around you, your aura, your frequency and everything. So when you're trying to raise your vibration or raise your frequency, you need to make sure you're taking care of your physical body as well.
Cool, Nicole.
Hi.
Yeah, definitely. So I definitely agree with that. Do you ever use crystals when you're working with Reiki?
Oh yeah. I have a problem. I have a 9 foot by 9 foot bookcase filled with books and crystals.
I've got a bowl full of them and a pouch full that I take with me on investigations. So yes,
Yep.
I do crystals as well, and I'll actually meditate with them and actually pick up that frequency from those crystals, and it does help too as well.
Yeah. I always make sure I've got, like, I call it my empath protection kit. So I have black salt, Palo Santo, sage, black tourmaline, and a selenite stick. And I bring that with me on every investigation because you never know, just in case.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. So I take selenite and obsidian with me all the time. That's
Okay.
definitely for sure. We have a question here from Nicole Gaspar. What is your favorite crystal to use for grounding?
I black tourmaline's my favorite. I've been using that for a long time, and like my love for crystals actually came from my mom, because we would go to like crystal stores all the time when I was younger. So that's why like I've always enjoyed them. And then, excuse me, after understanding my abilities and doing the Reiki and sound healing, I'm like, oh, they have meaning and they are able to do stuff. Cool.
Yeah, I started realizing that crystals and Reiki actually go hand in hand. And
Mm-hmm.
I actually been taking shaman classes for about
Oh,
almost
okay.
2, 3 years now, almost pretty close. And
Nice.
I've got access to Peruvian shamans, which I've had dreams about Egyptian stuff with crystals that actually I can relate to the Peruvian the way they do it, because they use nature and rocks
Mm-hmm.
when the Egyptians used to use the crystals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when they start explaining it, and I'm thinking to myself, this goes hand in hand, but just a different form.
Yep. I also have the belief that all of the ancient civilizations had everything already figured out, and then our history, like I guess you could say like 10,000 years ago is when things started to change a little bit, like Peru and Egypt. And then like there's the oh god, what's the other one? There's another section of the world I
The,
can't remember.
the Mayans
Yeah, Mayans, that's another one, but like they have all of those ancient
and,
structures as well.
Aztec and the Aztecs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's a totally another topic. Like I'm
Have you
fascinated by that stuff.
have you ever been drawn to a Pacific timeline like the Egyptian?
Egypt, I have a past life as a priestess of Isis, and I got killed. Oh, like what?
Interesting.
So this is something that I find interesting, and I'm understanding more now too. When I was a kid, I my mom told me that Well, I loved Egypt stuff, and she said that I would tell her how mummies were made, and she's like, "Where is she getting this?" And she's like asking my teachers, and they're like, "We don't teach anything Egyptian. Like, it's a tiny town. They don't go that
Mhm.
far."
Right.
And I would like she bought me like this book, and I would like explain what everything was. And then I also had the ability to track animals and understand how to hunt and everything because of a Native American past life. And like I have friends that are like, we would go in the woods and you would tell us like, oh, this is a raccoon and this is a deer, and we can find water by doing this. I was like, I did, and they're like, yeah. I was like,
Mhm.
I don't really remember doing that, but
Right.
when you're younger, all of that stuff is fresh, and then as you get older, it fades away. And
Or you were told that it doesn't exist and it's only
yep,
in your head, and
yep.
you just, like you said, fade away.
Hmm.
That's very much so.
Well,
And
one of
now,
the things that I found interesting was my fiance and I went to the East Coast, so we go to Massachusetts a lot. Well, when
mhm,
we can, I guess you could say. And we were on this. It was called Mount Washusett. Very very steep. There in like a lot of rocks, so you need to be careful or you're dying type of mountain. So we're
mhm,
just walking along, and it rained earlier in the day, so all the rocks were slippery. And I don't remember how high we were, but I checked out or something because I was up there with my fiance, we were talking, and then before I know it, I'm down 200 feet from where we were, and he's like up there, and I'm like, what the? I was like, wait, what's going on? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, why am I down here? He's like, you started humming and like skipping down the path like you've been here a million times before. And I was like, what? I don't remember doing that. So I don't know if that was this life clashing with that life or if I went into a memory. I don't know, but like I knew the area for some reason and felt like I was at home when we were out there, and I've never felt that before, so I found that really fascinating.
yeah, that's crazy. Has any of your guides made their presence known to you?
I don't know who they are, like by names or anything, but they do communicate via angel numbers because that's what I ask for. Um, I know I have like I've taken some shaman classes and I have a power animal that's a purple dragon named A-Rock, and he said because he's my rock. And I remember
Hmm.
during class I even said okay, I don't think this is real. Like this is too cool. And my shaman teacher's like, "Okay, what are you picking up? Like what you're picking up is probably correct. You're just second guessing yourself. You're letting your logical brain try to take over the other part of your brain."
Hmm.
And I told her what I saw, and she goes, "No, you're right. That's your power animal." I'm like, "What?" Like that's awesome. I have a purple dragon. And then I have an extraterrestrial as I guess a guardian or something.
Hmm.
Um oh god, when was it? It was a couple years back. I don't know. I guess you could say this was my other time astro traveling. I
Hmm.
thought I was sleeping and I went to this university and I saw this blue-skinned, black-eyed extraterrestrial with like a black skin tight suit, and he said his name was Kopari, and everything was so vivid. I woke up and like I was like, whoa, that was really cool. I want to go back there, and I fell back asleep, and I
Hmm.
went back there, and I was there for a little while. There was another uh being named Horak. He kind of looked like the Hulk kind of, and I was talking to her name's Katie Page. She does like Colorado Rocky Mountain Ranch research. She's the head of MUFON out that way. And
Hmm.
she's actually seen the same being that I have with the blue skin, the black leotard and everything. And she same place at this university. So there's been times where I it's very rare. It used to happen all the time where I'd wake up with sleep paralysis and like I could feel something coming up behind me and like my stomach was in knots. But I after meeting Kopari, um I woke up one day, well, I guess you could say was sleeping and I woke up and I had sleep paralysis. And I kept thinking in my head, Kopari, please help. Kopari, please help. Please help. Please help me. And I kept repeating that in my head, and then I was able to move. So I don't know. I found that interesting that I asked for help and I quote, prayed for him. And then I was able to move like within like a minute or two instead of sitting there for forever.
Blaine Rohan says here, one of your guides is named Catherine.
Oh,
Maybe something you haven't picked up yet. Also, Nicole says, I tend to do a lot of astro traveling in dreams. Victor Santiago asks, how did you feel when you had your first experience?
what experience, though? I've had so many.
But I do have a question about the alien part here in a minute. My guides' names are Ed and Elizabeth. Says, what do you feel when spirits are in the room? Victor asks.
Okay. It depends. Like, there's times where, I don't know, like, I'll get goosebumps or I just know there's a presence. Like, and then I have to figure out who or what it is. I don't know. I just know, like, I'm not alone.
Exactly. You feel that energy like I do for sure. Nicole Gaspar wrote, I wrote a book called The Blue Ones from the First Alien Abduction Experience. That's cool. We'll talk about that when you come on the show, Nicole. Let's see. She says, has it.
I don't know. So my other Easter story that I commented on, I guess you could say on Facebook. So this just resurfaced in October.
Okay, let me interrupt you for a second, real quick, Jeff, because I do have a question for before you start that part.
Okay.
We were never alone in the first place. Yes, that's true. I'm trying to catch up here. Yep, I'm looking for. So you said you've been to kind of like another planet, astral projection. Have you ever been to Andromeda?
If I have, I don't remember. Where I was, I didn't get a name. It was like I don't know, like a different dimension, maybe, where I was.
And that kind of goes with part two of the question as well. The Federation of Lights, have you seen them yet?
I don't think so. I've seen lots of craft, and I host or not host. I facilitate CE5s. So I've seen craft, but I don't think I've heard of the Federation of Lights. I know what the Galactic Federation is.
Yeah, it's part of the Galactic Federation of Lights.
Okay.
I've actually had dreams along with my Reiki master. We've actually been in locations that we've talked about in the same time frame, and especially on Andromeda and during the Federation times as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned your Egyptian guide you were linked to.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say it was again? The princess?
I was like a priestess of Isis or something, from what I remember.
Right, so that's interesting because when I was going through my rites, Anubis came up for me in Basset. They're two of my guides that has come up to me, and I've got like 6 of them that has made their presence very well known.
Oh, that's cool.
And Anubis and Basset are 2 of the 6 that has made their presence definitely known all the time, along with the others. But that's interesting that you're linked to the Egyptian stuff like I am, because I know a few other people that's linked to that as well.
Cool.
For sure. My guides tend to tell me you weren't supposed to remember that. Do you get that as well? LOL.
I haven't been able to communicate with my guides. I don't know really how to. When I did the one-on-one with Chris Fleming, he told me to talk to. So I know that I'm talking with my guides to actually pray to my dad first. So I'll after I got laid off in October, I was pretty much like, Dad, please, to let me know everything's going to be okay, show me angel numbers. Anytime I see an angel number, I'll know everything's going to be okay. And that has literally been happening since I asked that. Like I saw, like I screenshot them on my phone, so that's the only communication that I get. And sometimes I will get it on like my Facebook news feed. I'll get quotes will pop up or something like that. But never been able to fully connect with my guides.
I find they come in quite helpful when I'm out on investigations, especially being able to connect to other spirits as well, especially ones that don't like to cooperate, if you know what I mean.
I'm
So
still learning those abilities.
yeah, and it'll get very interesting, especially with you being in Reiki and doing energy work. It definitely does help, and it does come in handy a lot.
Yeah.
Sure. I may do a video on how to connect with your spirit guides. That'd be interesting. Some people don't know how to do that, but yeah, that would definitely be interesting.
Yeah, Chris told me I need to meditate, and it's like, ugh, I know I have bad ADHD, and I plan on meditating, and then it doesn't happen.
See, I know some people that's like that too, and I'm able to meditate, but I also, for the people that have a hard time doing it, is what I do is I'll play frequencies. I'll find them on YouTube,
Yeah.
connecting with your guides, certain frequencies, and I'll play them all night long.
No, that's what I've actually been doing that. I got sleep earbuds because my fiance sounds like a freaking freight train. So I need earbuds to sleep that play music. So I've been listening to my brain stopped working. Manifestation, affirmations, and all types of stuff like that while I'm sleeping. And I've been noticing the physical reality changing now. So that's been interesting. I've only been doing that for a little while. I've seen like frequencies as well as like all night meditations, and it just repeats stuff pretty much. It goes 8 to 12 hours. So yeah.
Yeah, you're going to come across some really interesting stuff when you get everything and start understanding it for sure, because some of the stuff that I'll be sitting here and I'll get what they call a download. And I know what you've probably experienced some of those already, where you start visioning things and start to understand things, and they'll start giving you guidance on certain things as well. And it just becomes a lot more fluent. And one thing I tell people too as well, balance is the key in being able to learn the light side of things, which is the lighter side, and the darker side. And that will prevail as well. Greg Koss says, I had to go on a journey to find my spirit guide, and then again for my second. My teacher worked with me for quite some time. Yeah. I like to practice with Xeno cards. Pretty good with that. I've got some cards of Anubis that I work with.
I have a couple sets of oracle cards actually, so I use those every now and then. Like, and they're always spot on. I'll be like, okay, what do I need to work on, or what do I need to be working on, or something, and then I draw a card, and I'm like, oh God, seriously? It's like, yeah, I know I need to work on that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And like you said, you had a dragon for a spirit. I have actually a wolf and a jaguar for mine as well.
I kind of figured with the wolf stuff.
Yeah, big into wolves and jaguars. Yep. Yeah, I noticed the more you meditate, the stronger you get for sure. And it does actually bring up your energy around you as well. And it's very interesting. I know I was doing some energy work when I was with Eternal Paranormal, and we were in Keysburg, Illinois, and a young lady came there for an investigation with all of us, and I did some energy work with her, and they caught it on an SLS camera, the $3,000 one that could actually see heat vision.
Yeah.
They actually see me transfer an energy back and forth from her when we were standing like 5 feet away and sitting about 10 feet away, and you can see our hands lighting up the same colors. And we actually caught it in the video.
Was it at that Masonic Lodge?
It was at the Masonic Lodge. I
haven't been there yet. I want to go there.
Oh, definitely so. I think they got another one coming up here pretty soon.
Interesting. Yeah, I've got Tinker Swiss Cottage on the 18th with Diet Renee and Larry Eisler. I'm helping them with that. And then I'm actually going to be going to Edinburgh Manor in Iowa April 25th. Never been there. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely Broadhead Manor. I'll be up there for Beards and Brawls. I definitely will be going
that,
to.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be going to that one, and I think Gwen even said she'll be coming to that as well. So we'll definitely be up there
Cool.
for sure. Yeah, I think it's very interesting on some of the stuff. I mean, I may have to have you back on again, and we'll get in some more deeper things,
Yeah.
because it seems like me and you have kind of a connection with the Egyptian stuff as well,
Yeah.
and especially with you being in Reiki and stuff, it will be interesting to see how you progress.
Thanks. Like when like I said, when I came out of the paranormal closet, like all these doors just like started flying open and the universe was like shoving me like you're doing expos and you're getting to be interviewed and then you're gonna write a book and I'm like, okay, holy crap, like slow down. So like I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing considering
Thanks,
how
Nicole.
stuff just keeps happening.
Oh yeah, it does. It definitely floods. I mean, um, it seemed like when I started embracing everything and just not hiding it anymore, everything just exploded.
Yep. That's
And,
what's
and
been
then
happening to me.
and then being able to sit down and start to understand it with the people that's around me. I have good guides with that will help me with that, and they've done a great job. Especially the guy that teaches me shaman, Mister
Hmm.
Ed Bueller, and my Reiki master Tammy Christensen. Um,
Okay.
yeah, they've taught me a lot of great and amazing stuff. And like I said, when I'm in class with Ed and them, I've got access to the Wiccans and everything else. So I'm very versatile with a lot of things, and it's
That's cool.
great to have people like that around that I can communicate with and learn more stuff from.
Hmm.
So definitely
Yeah,
so.
that's one thing I'm trying to do too, is just like learn more. Like I got my fiance got me a pair of dowsing rods when we went to Waverly Hills last year,
Hmm.
and everybody that's seen me use them has said that they've never seen anybody get such great answers as I do. Like they go really quickly yes or no. Like that's how I've tried to talk with my guides before. Is with my dowsing rods, but I'm sure you know they will never give you a straight answer.
Actually, I had one of my apprentices from my team. We were up in Broadhead Manor, and
Hmm.
she got out some dowsing rods, and she was using them, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And I said, now I'm curious.
Yeah.
So he was holding them, and I was actually taking my fingers, and it was actually following my fingers
Yeah, my
and
if
moving
there's
back and
dowsing
forth.
rods around me, they follow me. Like if someone else
Mhm.
has them. It's weird.
Yeah, and she got him to do the same thing too. And then we had a little experiment when we were there in the gym, and I said, okay, I'm going to hold these, and I said, you think of which direction you want to go. I'll think of direction. We're not going to tell each other and see what
Right?
happens.
Yeah.
Well, they started doing this, and I was like, okay, you're thinking out, I'm thinking in, and she goes, you're right. And I said,
Uh,
they're just doing this, and it was interesting on how they
that's
work.
funny.
It was
Yeah.
definitely so for sure. That's awesome. Show. This is not so glad to see you on, Jesse, and Tinker Swish is on the Great Lookish. Yeah, definitely so. Well, Jess, we are at the top of the hour, and like I said, I'm definitely going to have you back on the show again and dig into some more stuff because it's
I know, like
definitely.
I've barely gotten into anything. This is so funny.
I know, but I do think it's very interesting about your near life or near death experience, and especially about your house that we were talking about in the shadow figures as well.
Yeah. The one person asked if I got abducted, and that was one thing I was gonna get into because it has to do with me seeing the Easter bunny on Easter, but it wasn't the Easter bunny. It was like this mutated Easter bunny with a gray's face with like this pointy smile. And that memory resurfaced in October because Chris Fleming had the same type of experience and he was talking about it. And then this memory floods into my head and I just started bawling. And my friend Michelle was like, dude, like, what's going on? Why are you crying? I'm like, I will tell you when he's done talking. This is messed up. And then I told her and I told Chris, and he was like, holy crap, you saw like through their screen memory. I was like, I don't know. It was an purple Easter bunny with like big gray eyes and this like pointy smile. And I remember seeing it and being terrified. and then I don't know if I went to sleep or what, but I woke up in the bathtub the next morning. Chris, same thing.
wow.
He woke up in the bathtub the next morning. So I think I have been abducted. I need to get regressed or try to, because this has been happening for the past 2 years. Memories just start popping up out of nowhere. I'll get triggered, and then I'm like, whoa, that happened. Like I forgot about that.
I will definitely have to have you back. I'll have to send you a new date, and we'll definitely talk about
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
I've had actually some experiences with that as well, especially driving home and time just disappearing.
Yeah, that's happened to me too.
So it's definitely going to get to be an interesting conversation when we have the next round for sure. Where can
Yeah.
they find you at, Jessiy?
So I'm mainly on Facebook. So if you look for my name, Jessiy Hawthorne, you'll see my picture with my cool galaxy banner. On Facebook. So if you want to message me anytime, or my email's pretty much the same. It's jessie.hawthorne@gmail.com if anybody wants to chit chat or something. So those are the two things I mainly use.
That's awesome. And like I said, I'm definitely going to send you another date, and we are going to dig into things a little more as well, because like you said, definitely just scratching the surface, and it seems like you do have a lot of experience with certain things, and you're about ready to open up and find a whole new world here pretty soon, and it's just going to be whoa. That's definitely for sure. I'd like to thank you, Jessiy. I'm going to drop you backstage. I've got a few things. I'm going to make an announcement here before we close the show. I've got a few more people sitting backstage. That's part of what I'm going to announce. And like to thank you again for coming on and sharing your experiences. And
no
wish you the
problem.
best of luck with everything.
Thanks. Can't wait to come back on. Bye, everybody.
Like I said, stay backstage, and we'll talk here in a little bit.
Okay.
All righty. All right, I have two people sitting backstage because we have kind of an announcement. I know Gwen's busy right now. I know that she's got some company there with her and Latrina and Matt. I know they got some company there right now. That's probably why they can't come in there. I've actually asked Lillian to pop in. I don't know if she'll pop in or not. I know she's kind of busy as well. And I also asked Victoria Darkwood to pop in as well, and she said she'll watch it a little later. But I have two sitting backstage that I am going to bring up, and we are going to talk about what you can find on the WWE 2K26 community downloads. Hey, Shane.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, buddy?
So how you guys been?
Good, man. Good.
So
good show.
Let's start out, since Shane popped up first. We are all big fans of wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually sat and did some work on some stuff, and you can definitely find some things on WWE 2K26 community downloads. And one of them that you can find right now under the following here. Let me put this up here real quick. Hang on. I gotta cancel this out for a second. I gotta change the banner here real quick because I made a banner.
Change the banner.
You can find it right here in the WWE 2K26 on the PS5 version. And here is some of the things you can find. And here is Miss Gwen. As soon as she gets her camera fixed here, I will pop her in here. But hang on. We'll start off with Shane first. And you can actually find this. Shane has become a wrestler.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me and Angie.
Angie, you can
Hey,
find
look, I like that. I was like, wait a minute.
That's Shane O'Mac right there. Shane O'Mac. And of course, the boss is next to me over here.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you can
Like,
find
is
them
that
on the
Shane?
You can find them on the downloads. Gwen's popped in. I'm going to bring her in here as well. There's
That's
Gwen.
good. I was like, what?
Also, let's see here. Don Vic.
Gwen.
Let's talk about
I
Mr.
know.
Vic.
That was
You
a great
can-
character. I was like, oh
You
man.
can
Look at
find
that.
Don
Look at that
Vic
stud muffin right there.
in the
What
downloads.
you wanna do? Yeah,
Look at that stud muffin right there.
Yeah. Also,
Oh, boy.
Gwen's height just popped in,
Yes.
and we
Yeah.
have Gwen. You can actually play.
Oh, Lord.
Gwen.
Oh, look at Gwen. Gwen,
I said,
I'm
okay,
glad.
Mama.
I'm glad he fixed your hair. You know, because your hair is
I
long.
know it was all short. Yeah, my hair's really long. So yeah.
I know. I saw that. I saw it. I saw it when you first came, and I'm like, I don't think she has shoulder length hair like that. And then, of course, I saw this one, and I was like, wow, yeah, that's good.
That's
We
a
also,
little bit longer. Yeah, that's about right, actually. Yeah.
well, I tried to
got
make
bad
it.
eyes.
I tried to make it as close as I actually can. We also have. Let's see here.
I was like this, Gwen. Is that Gwen?
Victoria.
Well,
Victoria.
yeah.
I was
Miss
all in the camera
Victoria
like
Darkwood.
That is
Yeah,
awesome,
Victoria.
dude. That
That's
is
so awesome.
Victoria. That is so good.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's see.
She's
here.
mysterious anyway, man. You
Yes,
know,
she is.
she's mysterious anyway. So I mean, if you put her in like a wrestling ring, like she would be mysterious in person as well as on a game. That is phenomenal right there.
Yeah, you can find all these at the hashtag of S Ellis in big capital letters, and you can find them in the WWE 2K26 on the PS5 download. We also have one more group. I'm going to show the whole group as in general.
I feel like Shane. I got Gwen by the headlock. I'm
Yeah, because my finishing move is a RKO.
We also have Vanessa, Sarah, and Lily from Haunted Happy Hour as well.
Hey, that's awesome, man.
Awesome.
So
that's cool as hell.
So now you guys can actually download real podcasters to your game. And,
yeah.
There is more to come. I will download a next batch of them here in a week or so with different characters that people want to come and join the little community with us. And but yeah,
We got some more. We already got some more coming. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
You'll be a cartoon superstar.
We definitely have a special one coming up May 24th, but I'm going to keep that one a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Hey, celebrities against celebrities.
I may have to have a simulation match and throw us all in there in a battle royal just to see what would happen.
You know, make the meme machine. The meme machine team.
Yeah,
I did run a simulation for the guest I'm going to have on for May 24th, and if you actually download, here's one that I haven't showed yet. You could actually find me as well.
That's right.
But
look at that! Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's your finishing move? What's your finishing move, Sean?
I actually have a martial arts move that I picked out of the game that I put in there for me. So I only put in moves that I can kind of actually do, or that I did when I used to cage fight. So
what do you call it? The Jean-Claude Van Damme.
They've got one of those where you can jump off the rope and do that. That's for sure. But mine is just not this set right here, but I actually have a hidden set of another character that comes with mine.
What does mine do, Sean?
Yeah.
Yours is you just being
yours
you
run
right
around
now.
the ring.
What did you say, Angie's?
I said Angie's finisher move is the Widowmaker she asked for.
Yep.
I did put that in there. Gwen, she's got that Southern style that she comes out to when she comes walking down the stage.
Boy, whip your tail, boy.
And Don actually has his little.
Do the intro. Show the intro. The intro so dope.
I actually didn't download the intro parts just because it's got.
Wait a minute. You gave me the intro to some of them, didn't you? Hold on.
I might have.
Yeah. My intro,
it's so cool.
It looks like he set mine up to like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like he calls that the BMF.
It's so cool watching y'all come to the ring.
Yeah, we all like wrestling. We all like it. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to have us as wrestlers, and since we're all podcasters and stuff, I thought it'd be.
I've been watching wrestling since I was 5 years old, man. I still continue to watch it to this day.
All right, I'm trying to load at least one of them up. Give me just a minute, y'all.
All right.
It takes.
I didn't know that.
Don't download the special one for May 24th, even though I sent it to you.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Because that one was an interesting one. I did simulate that whole match, and it was interesting, and I will play that on the May 24th show.
All right.
And also, that person that'll be on May 24th, I actually have his spouse as his manager coming down the ring with him.
Yep.
Can you make it to where like it's like simulated like that, where you don't have to play it, where you can actually just like watch the matches?
That's what I did with the one for May 24th.
Oh, nice.
But it does take a little bit of time to watch it, so I will save that one. I might pop up one on a show or at the end of the show one of these days. I might simulate a couple of them.
I'm trying to download whichever one this is. I don't even know which one it is, but it's not the one you're talking about. I know that.
All right. And I did make some adjustments to a few of them because of copyrights and stuff like that. But
okay, now this is, I don't know if this is before the copyright or not, but it's in there. That's me.
We'll fly it. We'll see what happens. I did adjust a couple of them, but if you do want the original logos to some of our stuff, just send me a text message in Messenger, and I will send you the parts to add to.
Yeah, I like that, man. Yeah, I saw I saw bridging the seen and unseen. I saw it in the crowd.
Yeah.
Did you see the background when you're coming out of the like the backstage, and he put the logo on the big screen TV? That was so cool. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I did change some of those because, like I said, I didn't want to get in trouble with stuff. Yeah. But basically, you can get the characters, and if you want the excess stuff, then just text me and send me a text message, and I will send you the add-ons to it. I haven't seen it pop up yet, Gwen.
It's there. I'll play it. You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
That was awesome.
She's got a little bit of sass, and like I said, Shane's got his stomping down there with Angie, and Don Vic's got his little mafia type walk he's got, and got his bling coming on, so him walking down to the stage. But I thought that'd be cool to drop for an Easter present for everybody. And like I said, you can find it there at the hashtag there at the bottom of the screen, and download our characters, and there will be more to come. So
that's awesome, man.
Like I said, if you want the original logos for us and be able to add them to your Titantron, just send me a text message in Messenger, and I definitely will add them to you and send them to you for sure. And you can add them to the game as well. But yeah, I thought it was cool, and I thought it'd be fun for everybody. And 2K26, if you're listening, we've been a big fan. Don't take it as offense, but we wanted to join your game. For
you
sure.
add us on, man, because we will lay the smack down on your candy behind. You bring it on, sucker.
And like I said, you can go with Haunted Happy Hour and Victoria Darkwood as well. She's actually got a special move that will freak you out too. I left in there. And some of the characters, I got most of the game so far unlocked because I put a lot of time in it. And a lot of people's been having a lot of problem with it, but I got almost everything unlocked. So I know some of the characters that I have made you guys out of, if they haven't got them unlocked, you'll have to make a little bit of adjustments because of the download. Until you
Wayne looks like she'll beat the corn off your cob.
But I gave you the Stunner Shame and the F5 like you asked.
Yeah, buddy. I love that. That RKO, man, that thing is, yes, sir.
Von Vic's got the Samoan Spike.
Oh. Yeah.
Samoan Spike. You believe that?
Yeah. But like I said,
I went from a Puerto Rican to a Samoan.
Well, I mean, the attitude, knowing you, Don, I know it just went right hand in hand.
No. We just changed that up. We call that the Puerto Rican poker.
But yeah, I thought it all, like I said, all in good fun. And like I said, I've been a big fan of WWE for a long time, and I know some of you guys have as well. And I thought it'd be fun to have us as add-ons in there.
Oh yeah, that was great. Angie loved it too. Angie's like, that's so cool. So yeah.
But I thought you all would get a kick out of it, and I will make a second wave soon because I do have a list started of a few more people we will be adding to that group as well.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
But
imagine you go into a friend's house and her kids and you're in the kitchen and the kid's playing game and you're looking and he's playing with your character.
Yeah, you pull it up and be like, yeah, I bet you didn't know I was in the video game. I got you.
Like I said, if they look under that hashtag under the WWE downloaded community for WWE 2K26 for the PS5, they will find those characters that we showed right there lined up, and there will be more to come. And like I said, me being an ex-cage fighter and stuff, and I miss that stuff. I'm getting older, and
just go get back in the ring, Jesus.
I wish. I might have one more good one in me, but it'd take me about a year to train for that's for sure. But
it's what you want to do. Go do it.
Yeah. But still, my neck's kind of shot from all the stuff that I did back in the day and all the extreme stuff. But like I said, it's definitely fun to have them. And like I said, if you want to join our group with that, just send me a message, and I'll send you the information, and maybe I'll make you a wrestler to add with us. So. All right, guys, I thought you'd get a kick out of that. And like I said, I hope everybody had a great Easter. And have a great night.
My volume just shut up. I'm so sorry.
Hey, thank you guys. Thank you again, Sean. That's awesome, man. And Vic, Gwen, it's great seeing you guys. And
wait, before we go, let's say Shane's got a cool show tomorrow night. He's got this new friend of mine. Her name is Jessiy Crow Girl, and
yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward. I think it's going to be a great show.
I do too.
So,
we've also on Family Spirit, which is after Shane's show. We've got Adam Began.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and then Chris and Raven and Chris Brain. Don't know Chris where that went. Yeah, it'll. I have CRS. Thanks, Nate. Yep. If you don't know what that is, I'll tell you. But we have the Paraclauses. Candace and Derek Fetters, and they are just always awesome. If you don't know who they are, check it out. check out all of them. We always have a show on somewhere, so yeah, check it out.
Adam's a cool guy, man. He's very unique.
He's hyper.
Yeah, oh yeah. Talking. He does not have a problem with that at all. It's great though. It's great.
Yeah. So that's what's coming up tomorrow, and then of course we got some other stuff coming up Tuesday, and we popping all that stuff out. And I took a day off yesterday, and now I feel like I'm 8 days behind. So.
Yeah, most definitely. Don, you got anything you got to say before we go off the air? You got anything coming up?
Yeah, I do. Actually, on the 26th, I have Julianne, writer, producer for a film that she created 10 years ago. It's called Near 10 Years. Nearly 10 Years is the name of the film. And they're going to come on her, Benny's producer, director as well. And who's the other guy? Something Givens. He's going to direct. He's going to direct that film. All three of them are going to direct it. So that's on the 26th at 7 p.m.
Cool.
Eastern time.
Awesome. And next weekend, everyone, my guest will be Miss Christina Bloom. So.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good show, man.
So we will see y'all next week. And like I said, have a happy Easter.
All right, guys.
A safe week, guys. We're out of here.
Thank you, guys. Later.
Later.